Liberty Flames get a big win here tonight at Williams Stadium, 41-7 over Robert Morris alongside Matt Camiri. My name is Nick Pierce, standing down here on the field where the Flames offense did work tonight, led by Stephen "Buckshot" Calvert, the true freshman, making his first career start here this evening, and all he did was set a school freshman record for first career start for a freshman, 340 passing yards here tonight. Flames fell behind early, Matt. They fell behind 7-0, but then they scored 41 unanswered. They get a big win heading into the bye week.
A huge win heading into the bye week, Nick. This is exactly the type of win you needed after that tough Jacksonville State game. Buckshot Calvert played a great game as a freshman. I thought Coach Daly and the offensive staff had a great game plan for him going into the game. They made him comfortable early, and he played a phenomenal game. We saw how strong his arm is with some velocity throws, short velocity throws, and then we saw how deep he can go with the ball.
As we said, Flames fell behind 7-0, but don't call it a comeback, 41 unanswered points. Flames defense had a lot to do with that as well. Absolutely. As we're going to hit on here in just a little bit. But let's talk Buckshot Calvert here for a second. Going through his progressions, picking up on coverages. How did you think he did tonight as far as all the little things go with a quarterback?
I thought he did phenomenal. Coach Daly's comments after last week's game, he said our quarterbacks have to make their reads faster. From up top, you could see him looking off receivers, looking off defenders, and making the right smart passes. We saw him have to move out of the pocket a few times, but that was on a design move. It wasn't because he had to. I thought his offensive line did a really good job protecting him. No sacks tonight, I believe, and then he escaped a lot of potential ones. He just made really good decisions as a freshman coming in.
And no interceptions tonight either. 4 touchdown passes, and he spread the ball around. Got several different receivers involved. Dante Shells was his favorite target. 6 catches, 170 yards, and a touchdown here tonight. And again, for Calvert, 340 yards passing, the most ever by a true freshman in his first career start. We had a chance to catch up with Calvert and some of the other Flames after the win here tonight in Lynchburg.
I think I did pretty good. I'll probably give myself a B- or a B. I missed a couple open throws that I should have hit. But overall, I think we did pretty good. Line held up pretty good throughout the night, and that just made me do what I do, and get the receiver the ball.
Well, any win is always a good win. I don't care if it's the first game, last game, or whatever it is. And so we were just good to see our offense get on track and be a little bit more consistent. We got off to a slow start, but they got things going. And I think we have settled in on our quarterback situation here now with Steve Calvert. He's going to be our quarterback, and obviously he had a heck of a ball game to be his first start and took care of the football. If I had to say the one thing that's going to stand out for me, and that's what we talked about, is just take care of the football and make the throws that you have to make, and you'll be able to do that if you just stay within yourself. So he did a great job of running our offense.
Playing our game, playing like the team that we know we are, just making sure, we hold the defense, hold teams, opposing teams to no points, and the offense get the ball around the field and score.
Flames racked up 412 yards of offense here tonight, most of that through the air. Matt, if there was one negative tonight that you took away from this, Flames never really were able to get that run game going like they had hoped to. Only 72 yards rushing here tonight.
Nick, you're right. The run game was the low point of the night for the Flames offense. A couple things that I noticed is just bad positioning by offensive linemen. Again, this was, I think, the 4th different starting offensive line that we've seen this year, which is just unheard of a lot of the times. So they're trying to piece together a consistent offensive line and just some injuries. Luckily, we have the 2 weeks until we need the full-strength offensive line again, so that gives them some time. But I think today, this game gives the coaches a great teaching tape, Nick. And what I mean by that is they can go to the tape, they can show these guys, these young guys who are playing a lot of snaps, hey, this is what you did wrong, this is how you correct it. A couple things I saw, guys were getting out of position. Some of the nose guard, the D tackles were able to seep through on some of the zone plays because helmets weren't getting across the body. It's just bad positioning on the run game, which didn't allow Frankie or Carrington to get loose and get the yards they needed.
Well, again, you got guys playing out of the normal positions that they're used to playing in. Aaron Campbell has played on the right side of the line a lot this year. He was at left tackle tonight with Tanner Hartman out with the injury. Ethan Crawford out at left guard. We saw James Passmore step in there, and that's why Dennis Wagner tries to teach these guys to play every different position on the offensive line so you can establish a little bit of depth, but still there's something to be said for continuity. And obviously the Flames haven't been able to have that for a lot of different reasons, injuries and so forth, but there's something to be said for continuity. And I think when you get everyone healthy, hopefully here in the bye week, you're going to start to see the fruition of that.
Absolutely. We know we've got talented backs, and we know we've got a quarterback now who can manage the game through the air. So it opens up the run a little bit more. The two go together. So with that continuity coming back, hopefully against Kennesaw State, we'll see that offensive line start to move these guys up front, let guys get on the second level. We did see Robert Morris. They have a predominantly 3-down line in front. They walked up a lot of guys. They did load the box, which isn't rare when you know a team is struggling to run the ball. So getting those guys back for Kennesaw State will be huge.
Let's talk a little bit about the defensive side here. Flames held Robert Morris to just 204 yards of offense this evening, and Jawan Wells, it really started with him in this defensive line. Wells double-digit tackles tonight, a couple of sacks as well. That guy has just got an intense motor about him.
He's got a very high motor, and he's got a high ceiling still. He is just an outstanding athlete. He had one great sack at the end of the game, towards the end of the game. He's just all over the field. I called his number a couple times to Allen, and he was trailing the play like he always does. But Jawan, he's a special talent, Jawan Wells is. He really is. He's all over the place. I just love to watch him play football. The rest of the defensive line isn't far behind either, though. You got Jerron Green making great plays. Erwin DeSource is making great plays. You got Will Brown was in there. Greg Story's in there. They got a lot of guys. Coach Singletary.
They rotate them out very well,
They
too.
do. Coach Singletary and Coach Llewellyn do a great job with those guys up front. They lead the way for the defense.
No doubt. And the back end cashed in on that tonight. 3 interceptions, including a pick-6 for Solomon McGinty.
Yeah, we were hoping that we'd see a big game from the secondary, and we did. That interception in the end zone, and then we saw the Solomon McGinty 33-yard pick-6, which is crazy awesome. It was just great to see the defense play all together from front end to back end, all as one. The guys they came together, and we've heard Coach Wimberly say week in and week out that these guys on the field are probably the most cohesive unit he's had. He said something to that fact, and you can see it on the field each and every game.
A couple of long field goals tonight for Alex Probert as well. One from 47 yards, one from 51, a career long for him. That was good to see for his confidence from a special team standpoint. Okay, 12 days now, heading into the bye week. You got some time to get healthy, hopefully on that offensive line. You've got some time to settle in and start to focus on a new season here as well, because the next 5 games are the most important, not just because they're the next games. These are all conference games now, starting with Kennesaw State in 2 weeks down in Atlanta.
Absolutely. Conference means everything. All the goals are still intact for this Flames team. You win the conference, you're in the playoffs. They're doing a great job. They will do a great job this week of resting their guys, getting their guys who they need back. They're going to get them healthy. They're going to look at tape from tonight and the previous weeks and teach off of it. They'll get the opponent's film. They'll start game planning for Kennesaw State. I'm not sure when because I don't know the coach's schedule for bye week. But during this bye week, this is huge for them to teach from this week and the previous ones, start moving towards Kennesaw State and towards the rest of conference play because it's wide open right now.
No doubt. And the Flames get the win here tonight, 41-7 over Robert Morris. Liberty now 2-1 all-time against the Colonials, and they improved to 5-0 at home against NEC opponents. Again, next stop, Kennesaw, Georgia, just down north of Atlanta. We will head down to the Dirty here in just a couple of weeks as the Flames will kick off conference play. And that's what's up next here for Liberty. It'll be under the lights as well. Big atmosphere down there. We're looking forward to it. For Matt Camiri, my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.